We have got one more for you today, and it goes a little different direction. You know, we talk a lot about safety, and safety is super important to us, stopping accidents, making sure that we are achieving that zero harm goal. But we know you are all trying to achieve efficiency, and you want to get product productive, and you want to be reliable in your last mile deliveries. You want to be reliable in your visits to customer sites. And so we want to bring up another customer now who wants to talk a little bit more about workflows and efficiency and the way that they deploy our product in streamlining their everyday tasks. So next up, joining us is Bethany Burney, who is lead product manager at Carvana, and our own Adam Block. Thank you.
Ooh,
how we doing? How we doing? You having a good time? So I am Adam Block, and I'm our Chief Revenue Officer here at Motive, which means that I lead our global sales and account management and strategy and sales engineering. So super excited to be joined by Bethany with Carvana. So thank you for being here.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
So what's a Carvana? Tell me about Carvana. I'm used to going to, Joe's car sales. What's Carvana do that's so interesting and different?
Well, Carvana, you've probably seen the vending machine here in Austin, or if you're from somewhere else, maybe you've seen vending machines in other places. Carvana is trying to innovate the way that you buy a car. So now you're not just looking at what vehicles are available on the lot, you're looking on a website at the vehicles available across the entire United States. And once you find that special car, you can buy it online and we'll either bring it to your doorstep, or you could go pick it up in an actual vending machine, and they do work. So you get a coin when you get there, you put in the coin, you vend your vehicle all the way down and get it right there at the vending machine.
Do you ever see anybody shaking the vending machine to try to get an extra car out of it?
They do that, definitely. Okay. Especially in Vegas, because in Vegas it's a slot machine.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. So Bethany, tell us a little bit about your role within Carvana.
Yeah, at Carvana, I'm lead product manager, and specifically in the fulfillment space. So I am in charge of all resource management tools. That includes anything from making sure there's labor capacity to making sure there's enough trucks, that the people driving the trucks are being safe about it, and then if we need more capacity, anything from the brokerage space as well.
And there's something really interesting about Carvana, right? And the fact that a lot of deliveries happen when people are not home, but something is different here. What's unique about Carvana?
Yeah, some of you may love getting a package in the mail and you're at home waiting for that Amazon package, or maybe you're waiting for your internet to be installed, and I don't know, 20% of people are there for their package, 80% of people are there for their internet. Probably 100% of people are there for their car when it gets delivered. We don't want to deliver it when you're not at home. So we need to be on time, give you a good window of time for when you're expecting your vehicle, and then make sure you don't have to wait around for it.
Yeah. And what's the volume we're talking about? I mean, Carvana's been around since, 2012?
Yeah, I think we're 12 years old. Yeah.
And, well, great companies are 12 years old, by the way.
Something in common.
Let's go. Let's go with that. But how many cars are we talking about? How many deliveries has Carvana done?
Well, as of October last year, we've bought and sold over 4 million cars.
There's a lot of cars.
It's a lot of cars. I can't even imagine that many cars.
That's 16 million wheels. Okay.
It's a good way to think of it.
It's a lot of wheels.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the last mile component of this is really critical, right? So tell us a little bit about the focus on last mile, and then we can talk about how Motive has tried to help you all in this improvement of being on time.
Certainly. Well, in fulfillment, we're really focused on how do we get all of these activities, 4 million cars bought and sold, over 400K last year alone were purchased from Carvana. So how do we make sure that all of those activities, divide that by 365, right? That's how many we have to do a day, get done on time by the right person with the right combination of advocates delivering them. And the way we do that is we have estimates for how long it takes to get to everybody's address. If we're not correct with those estimates, the people at the end of the day are going to have bad delivery experiences. So we wanted to look at our feasibility of our scheduling and see if we had the actual times correct. And when we did do that, we took the Motive data to see how correct are we with our delivery times. And we weren't all the way there yet. We're pretty good, but we weren't the best yet at saying, this is how long it should take to get from A to B.
And so how did you land on Motive as a potential solution to help with this particular problem? Because we've heard a lot about safety.
Yeah.
We've heard a lot about profitability and a little productivity, which this is really part of, right? This is about the efficiency and the customer experience. How did Motive help here?
Yeah, with Motive, we're already looking at a lot of the safety metrics, like you mentioned. We're using it for coaching. We're using it for the DOT compliance component of it. But what's the other piece that's there with all that equipment? We have the vehicle gateway that's tracking every single movement. So it's really about taking all of the data available to us and where could we find exact trip information. With Motive, we're able to see every single component of the trip for the truck.
And what has been the impact here? So you all were after better on-time delivery. Has it worked?
It has. We're 10% fast, or 10% better now at being on time.
You're 10% more on time.
10% more on time. And if we're not on time, if we're late, we're 13 minutes less late than we were before. So.
That's an interesting metric. Okay, all right. I don't know. I haven't seen a dashboard with that one. So, so what else are you all using Motive for, though? So you're obviously, there's track and trace, and then there's the integration with the customer communication systems. But you all are a pretty big user of Motive. I mean, tell us about the profile of the fleet and how you all use the overall technology.
Yeah. We have about 3,000 vehicles in our fleet. That includes 9 car haulers, believe it or not. We can put 9 cars on a truck. And the last mile trucks that you see driving down the road. Hopefully you're seeing them driving down the road in your neighborhood, maybe into your own driveway. Go buy a car from Carvana. And then also support fleet. So sometimes we have like little Priuses that might go to your house to pick up your car. And then our fleet maintenance. So all of the equipment inside those trucks is Motive. And we're using the dual-facing cameras, we're using the vehicle gateways, we're using asset tracking on our trailers. And we want the whole sort of big picture when it comes to Motive.
Yeah, you all are doing a great job communicating with your customers, right? And you're using data from Motive to create almost a DoorDash-like
That's the goal.
experience. Is that right? So tell us about that.
Yeah, so we use tracking right now to give customers updates on their delivery. So if you buy a car from Carvana and it's getting delivered to your home in Austin, but it's coming from California, we're already telling the customers today, hey, it's left California. Hey, it's in Arizona. Now it's in Texas. And now it's in Austin. But from there, they don't know. And so the goal is to get to the point. I think all of us that are in delivery want to get to this super hyper visibility component. But the goal is to get to the point where they can look at the Carvana app. They'll look at their profile and see, not only is my vehicle in Austin, it's left the Carvana location, it's driving down the road, it's 10 minutes away, it's 5 minutes away. Oops, it's 5 minutes away, but I'll stop walking the dog and get back inside.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting, right? Because we've all kind of gotten used to this Uber-like experience, right? To the DoorDash side of it, almost like, I order my pizza and I can see it in the oven, and then now it's all the way to having a car delivered to the house.
Timer. The pizza oven thing, it's not even real. It's just on a timer.
It is totally made up.
We can do better.
I can attest to that because I sold Papa John some stuff a long time ago. Shout outs in the room here. Speaking of shout outs, how's the team? You've told me a lot about the folks here and how you just really enjoy working with them. Anybody you want to recognize here in front of all these people?
Chris Philibert, where are you at? He's great. He's our CSM.
Yeah, great.
Great job, Chris. Chris gets to work with JP, who's my product manager for the fleet space. I mentioned I have this big resource management space fleet, and then Motive is just like a little fraction of that. And JP and Chris are really connected, and I really feel the impact of the things that we ask for, we get, or we work with Motive to co-innovate and get around to getting within the app.
What do you all think about next, right? Because you're investing in the customer experience in a pretty heavy way, and it's been a wild ride for you all. I mean, 2 years ago, the Carvana stock was down to $4, and today it's up like 9% just today.
Yeah, thank God.
Which is awesome. That was probably the impact of this Fireside chat, I assume.
Exactly.
But I think
I posted on LinkedIn a few days ago.
That's right.
Investors heard about it.
That's great. But the stock price is up over $200. So you all are doing something right? It is just, it went way down and then it's gone way up. And you're making these huge investments into the customer experience. What's next? What's on the horizon for Carvana?
You know, it's probably a bit above my pay grade to say what's next, but I know for us, when we find a really good solution, like we've done with this last mile delivery, we want to see if there's anywhere else we can put it into place. So the obvious next step is middle mile. And then, like we mentioned, trying to get that visibility into the customer hands. The more efficient we can be with deliveries, the less pressure there is on delivery advocates who are trying to make up a schedule that's not feasible. And then the less overtime they have to work when they get to the end of their day and they're still not done with that last activity. So any opportunity like that where we have a lot of pressure on one workforce type, from a product perspective, my goal is always to lighten their load.
When speaking of workforce, you're now leveraging our workforce management solution.
We are, yeah.
So tell us about that. How is that coming together?
That's really exciting because I also manage the labor side, and so that's the labor scheduling. And when our drivers lapse on their documentation, the regulations, it falls on the labor scheduling team to sort of pivot last minute. The fewer times we have to pivot last minute, they're much happier, right? And now we don't have to go compare what our other applications were holding, which information for driver documentations to the Motive component and to the scheduling piece of it. All of that information is getting pushed to the driver so the driver can be proactive and add their new documentation, and they never miss a beat. They're not losing out on work, and we're not having to spend extra hours rescheduling those drivers.
Wow, so it's like an instant ROI.
It is, yeah.
It's pretty incredible. Shout out to the workforce management team if you're in the room here. Yes. Pretty excited to see that product come together. Okay, my son just turned 16 and he's looking for cars now. What's the cheapest car I can buy on Carvana?
I did look this up for you. If you're interested in a 2010 Nissan Versa.
Oh, this
Nissan
is super
Versa.
sounds
I know.
Sounds amazing.
Dream car. 2010 Nissan Versa. You can get it for under $8,000 today.
Okay. And you've got a lot of potential customers in here.
Yeah.
Are we going to do any
Nissan Versa?
discounts? Anybody looking for an $8,000 Nissan Versa?
If you all want to look under your seat, just kidding. There's a car. Everybody
gets a car.
Yeah. Unfortunately, no discounts. I don't make enough money to give you guys that discount. But all options on the website are already pretty cheap, so maybe you can afford it already.
Well, I have a lot of respect for what you all have done. You've been a great partner. I think this is a great story for us to hear because, you know, it's different, right? We haven't talked a lot over the last day or two about on-time delivery and the customer experience. These are your all's customers, but I know we were just listening to Phoenix Global talk about their customers and the experience that they're improving based on our technology. So thank you for your story today. Really appreciate it. Yeah, it's really nice to see it. Thank you.
Thanks.